Good morning, world. Good morning, me. This is Drewize. Come at it like this. Drewize Topics. Topic is this morning that I'd like to discuss is we as black men and black women need to come together for the youth. Yeah. I'm going to start off with the black men, of teaching young boys to be men, the ones that's going into high school, the ones that's coming out of high school. We as black men need to reach these kids, you know, these young boys, to teach them to be men rather than teach them to be thugs and a nigga behavior, dope dealer, pimp, and so on that's negative. Teach them to be men. That's how I look at it. And I'm coming at it like this. You see so out in the world today. You see some of these young dudes, these young boys, these teenagers, want to be thugs and acting on a nigga behavior rather than acting like a young man coming off as a young man. Yeah. And want to get into dope and stuff like that. Do dope and sell dope. Not going to school like you supposed to be. Not graduate from high school like you supposed to be. You know, we as black men need to teach these young boys, these young men, these teenage boys to be men. Regardless if they not your child or not, but just guide them in the right direction, lead them right, put good influence in their minds and in their heart, inspire them to do what's better. And tell these kids, tell these young boys, you don't have to act on your environment. If the hood is low, if the ghetto is low, you don't have to act on it. Rise above it. Come out the ghetto. Come out the hood. Better yourself as a productive man, But black men today is not going to do that, at all, because we're careless. We don't care about another. We don't care about each other. We want to fight each other. We want to murder each other. We want to rob each other. We want to suck each other dry. And we want to take advantage of each other. So we're not going to do that. True enough, we got organizations that works with the kids, the boys and the young boys and stuff like that. True enough. But look how many. It's not really notorious out there, many like that organization. There's a few, but not all across the 50 states of the United States of America. No. See, I see this today. I see this today. These teenage boys walking around, want to be thugs and stuff, and want to act on a nigga behavior rather than act like a young man. Yeah. So that's that. And on the black woman. Real black women needs to teach these young girls how to be productive women. Productive women. Not no woman that be out these streets prostituting, being a call girl, getting on dope, dropping out of high school, getting pregnant, having babies, before her time, Black women need to do this, teach these girls the right way to come at it, inspire them, influence them, and things like that. Telling them, don't be so quick to lower yourself just because you like some boy and let him enter inside you, get you pregnant, and you wind up dropping out of school and things like that, or you wind up hanging with the wrong crowd of girls that does the opposite what you do, come away from that. I think just tell them, just go this way, I think you should do this to better yourself. If we would do that, teach our black kids and stuff this, guide them, lead them, put good influence in their head, it will go that way. you know, but we are not doing that, you know what I'm saying, at all. We are not doing that because black people today, you know what I'm saying, we do not care about one another. We don't. And nobody will disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Because every black person know on this face of this planet will say, Drewize, you are right. We do not care about one another. We hate each other. You know, because I can say this because I'm a black man myself. I can say this. So, I mean, we need to teach these kids, teach these boys, teach these girls to be men and women. Productive man and women. Positive man and women. Yes. But if we try to do that, it goes smooth out. But since we're not doing that, you know what I'm saying? It's like finding a needle in the haystack. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. You know, we don't want to lift each other up, you know what I'm saying, as black people. We want to bring each other down. And that's sad. That is so sad. And that's why these kids are the way they are now. Bringing guns to school and bullying and want to fight and jump each other or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because they don't have no real productive, strong, true man and woman in their lives. You know, they don't. Someone that can come in their life and teach them the right way. Show them the right way, you know. But since we don't, that's what you see in the world today. These kids doing what they doing. You know? Kids coming into high school. Kids come out of high school. You know what I'm saying? You are the generation, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation, you know. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. That is how I look at it. If we just sit down as black men and women and say, let's do something about these kids. Let's teach them. Let's lead them. Let's do this. Let's positive for them, you know what I'm saying, to break the cycle of negativity, of misguidance, bad influence. Let's teach them and break the cycle. So if we go about doing that, that'd be fine and dandy. But since we're not, ain't gonna happen. Because what these kids is doing, they acting on their environment. If the environment's low down, sometimes you be low down. And that can't be. That can't be. And I say this, rise above the ghetto. Rise above the hood. You know what I'm saying? Rise above people that's doing negativity, you know. Rise above that. So, that's that. Drewize Topics. I am Drewize. You can post a comment about what I just said, of an idea, what you think, you know, what you think. Like, share, subscribe, you know. This is Drewize Topics, you know, and I am Drewize. The ones that's getting up this morning on the East Coast, good morning to you. The ones that's on the West Coast, that's probably still asleep or probably up, whatever, celebrating this Easter Sunday, you know, because some of y'all was partying, you know what I'm saying, last night, you know what I'm saying, real late on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying. So, good morning to you. And that's that. I am Drewize, like I said, and this is Drewize Topics. Peace.